Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, did you tell us that came to us through Carroll County? Is that,
Yes, I think that's right, isn't it?
okay, just wanted to clarify that.
I believe that's right. And I don't know how many other counties has approved it at this time. I don't have any idea. Okay.
I'm sorry?
Coffee County.
Oh, coffee.
They've approved it.
Mr. Chairman, I know the argument for this is to save money in primaries, but I think it's important to know where people stand on their party. So, I'm against this.
Well, if I could, I understand that a lot of the argument is about the saving the money in the primaries, but from my perspective, there's more than that. You know, we're not Washington D.C., we're not the state of Tennessee. I just don't see the need for declaring an affiliation with Democrat or Republican when we look at Franklin County. And I think it has the opportunity or the possibility of standing in the way of good rational decisions and not following some other kind of agenda. That's not to say that anybody's done that, but why have that in the way? So in my opinion, it's more than the savings on the primary. That's just, I think, the best way to do it in a small community like ours, or for that matter, in the city governments around here. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Well, I think the cities are already set up that way.
Well, I'm just saying from a local community.
Well, the school board is too, isn't it?
Yes, school board is Commissioner.
I guess my question is, and I don't know that we'll know this, is if you had 15 candidates running for a position and one candidate got one more vote, is it winner take all, or is there a runoff, or how will that happen?
It wouldn't be a runoff. I mean, if it was not, it would be just the
one person wins.
That's the way it was before the primary ever started prior to 1986.
So that means 30 years. For 30 years, we've had it, really for 30 years, up until 2010, you ran as a Democrat and there was no primary. There was only the Democratic primary for 30 years. That was okay for 30 years up until 2010, when we decided to have a Republican primary. So we've had primaries since then. And it's only once every 4 years that this would come into play as far as the saving money. Otherwise, the primaries are paid by the state.
Well, it would be every 2 years because your tax assessor runs in an off year. The tax assessor doesn't run with us.
That is funny too. It would seem to me that that ought to be lumped into that's another thing that we have no control over. But
No.
anyway, every 4 years it would be a
But
issue.
it would be
in
every 2
Franklin
years,
County.
yes.
Mr. Chairman, what is, I guess, a general figure for a primary election?
I talked to the Register of Elections, and she told me that it would be about $35,000.
So we're spending around $35,000 per primary election.
Yes.
Every 2 years, we're spending $35,000.
Any
I
other
was told by the
discussion?
director, I was told every 4 years, that every two years is for one person. So that, unless the state decides to lump that in, that's gonna happen anyway. You're still gonna have that primary. So what we're talking about is county officials, and that's every 4 years.
Well, the tax assessor is a county official, and they run in 2 years different from the rest of the county. Any other discussion? Since there has been some discussion on it, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Stanley Dean.
Aye.
Lisa Mason.
No.
Dale Schultz.
Aye.
Dave Van Busker.
No.
Eddie Clark.
Aye.
Chuck Steins. Johnny Hughes.
Aye.
Helen Stapleton. Barbara Finney. Doug Goodman. David Eldridge. Angie Fuller. Don Coper.
No.
Sam Hiles.
No.
Ira Schroeder.
No.
Okay, the motion